When I step into the room, I want everyone to smell me. I'm not the type that likes to be humble with my scent. I don't want people to smell me. I just want to smell good to myself. Nah. I did not spend millions on my perfumes to be smelling only myself. No. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Obsy. Thank you guys for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my most complimented fragrances. It was a very difficult one because I layer and mix a lot of my fragrances, so having to pick just one that I know a lot of people compliment me on was really hard. It could just be that the mix is what they really loved. So far, I had to really think hard and think through my whole collection to make sure that I'm picking out the ones that I know people have distinctively complimented on me, especially when I did not layer those ones or those fragrances. So yeah, I have 9 fragrances to show you guys in this video. I could have made it 10, but I'm just like, you know what, just 9 is enough. Anyways, if you would like to see the fragrances I have in this video, then make sure you keep on watching. The first fragrance on my list is from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Oud Satin Mood. Oud Satin Mood has been one of my absolute favorites from the house of MFK. I know everybody likes Grand Soir. A lot of people also love Gentle Fluidity Gold. I mean, the most popular fragrance from the house was Baccarat Rouge 540, and don't get me wrong, those fragrances actually drag compliment. There's absolutely no way you would wear Baccarat Rouge 540 and people are not going to compliment you. There's even a higher chance that they're going to know what you're wearing because the DNA is everywhere. There are times where I go to work in the morning and I step into my elevator and I smell Baccarat Rouge everywhere. And Oud Satin Mood is definitely one that I adore because it has a very nice rose and oud blend, a little bit powdery but very, very long lasting, very soft, very potent, very sexy. It is like my very sexy floral fragrance with a little bit of oud in there. There's absolutely no time that I've worn this fragrance that I do not get compliments. This is like my everyday fragrance. Sometimes this is like my touch-up fragrance. Say for instance, I'm stepping out and I have layered other fragrances that will probably go very well with like Oud Satin Mood. So I will just take this or take a decant of Oud Satin Mood, use it to touch up like my fragrances if I would like to when I'm out. But this is a very stunning fragrance. It does come in a 75 ml, I believe, a 35 ml as well, and I think the bigger bottle, which is 200 ml itself. Every fragrance here will earn you huge compliment, and Oud Satin Mood is definitely one of them. The next I have here is Amuoage Guidance. Now Amuoage Guidance is a very nice hazelnut pear rose kind of fragrance. It's very sweet. This is a very unique fragrance. I have never smelled anything that smells like this. Guidance is like the it girl fragrance. Guidance would fill up the whole room. Guidance would leave a huge scent trail. It is very long lasting. It projects. There was a time I wore this fragrance to a restaurant. The women on the next table, I don't know what they kept smelling, to be honest, but I know that they did ask me to leave the name of the fragrance that I was wearing. This is how much projection this fragrance has. And you can imagine it was also an outdoor setting because again it was summer, so the breeze blowing and like the sillage just coming to you and the projection and everything. It was such a beautiful time in my life. The fact that people were just smelling me and I did not leave that restaurant without a couple of people asking me to drop the name of the fragrance. This is Amuoage Guidance. You guys, do not sleep on this fragrance. At first I felt like it was not as long lasting. I felt like it was overhyped, but no, believe the hype. Amuoage Guidance is really that girl, to be honest. The next I have from Initio. I have come to accept that Initio is one of my favorites. I don't have a favorite house. I don't have a favorite fragrance house, but Initio for me has a lot of fragrances that I really love. I want to have, I want to own, just because they are always very unique in their own way. Now this is Side Effect. Everybody knows Side Effect, to be honest. It's a very nice boozy, rum, cinnamony fragrance. It is so good. Also a little bit of amber in there. It also has Hedion, and I think Hedion, if I'm pronouncing it right, is the one note that actually makes it very, very sexy. I don't know what it smells like, but people say that's the note that is very addictive, that makes the fragrance really, really addictive. I don't know, but yeah, it has cinnamon, it has rum. This is a perfect date night scent. It's for me, this is a fragrance that I always wear. My layering fragrance when I'm going out at night is my date night scent. If I'm confused on the fragrance to take for the night, I'll just reach out for my side effect because it never ever fails me. Again, at a restaurant, I think this was a rooftop this time around, I was taking pictures or photos of some of my friends, and there was this woman and her man that was standing or sitting down, I don't remember, and I think they could just get like the wave of the perfume or the fragrance I was wearing, and I believe I was wearing this and tobacco, but I did more of this spray than tobacco, so I could tell that they were definitely smelling side effect. Side effect is just that baby that would literally stand out. Very sexy fragrance, very unique as well, very alluring. I love side effect from Initio. You should definitely check it out. The next one I have is from the house of Nishane, and this is Tero. It's funny that I haven't really worn this fragrance here. I wore it a lot when I took it to Nigeria. Tero is like a very fresh caramelly fragrance. It's so good. It's like a salty caramel fragrance. It has other notes in here. Of course, I'm going to leave it on the screen, but it is very long lasting. I usually would mix this with my Royal Sapphire and they pair very, very well together. They both have their own part to play. They don't overshadow each other. Like Tero from Nishane is nothing like any other Nishane fragrance, and Tero is so unique. It's not too sweet as well. It's very unique. I'm telling you, 24 hours. And it's definitely going to earn you a lot of compliments. A little bit sweet but not too sweet. Also very sexy as well. A very good layering fragrance as well. It has a little bit of freshness in there. There are probably some citruses in there that play very well with the caramel notes. So this actually, I would say, is a fresh caramel fragrance. This is Tero from Nishane, and it's actually the perfume, so you can tell that it's going to last really, really long on your skin. Still in the house of Nishane, this is Fan Your Flames, and Fan Your Flames has been, oh my god, Fan Your Flames is like a different ball game altogether. Fan Your Flames has coconut, has tobacco, has rum. Fan Your Flames is so gorgeous. Like, there's no time that I've worn this fragrance that nobody compliments me. I don't layer this fragrance. This fragrance is not a fragrance that wants to be layered with any other fragrance. It likes to shine on its own. It likes to steal the spotlight. Fan Your Flames lasts on me for a good more than 24 hours. I mean, it lasts like plus 12 hours on my skin, but on my clothes it lasts 48, even a week if you leave it. Honestly speaking, it has a very huge projection. It has a very huge sillage. People will definitely smell you, definitely compliment you. Like, you will steal the spotlight for sure. If you want all the attention in the world when you step into a room, this will earn you that attention. Like, it's like a head turner. People are going to turn to ask, who is that person? It's a very unique scent, to be honest. You can definitely get the coconut playing very well and mixing with the rum in here. Maybe this would actually layer with vanilla powder from Matière Première. I think I'm going to try out this layering technique and see if they would actually layer very well. Coconut is very prominent in both of them, so I believe that they might actually complement each other. But this is very, very long lasting and definitely a huge compliment grabber. Now, my next one is from Uni Luxury, and this is Crush on Me. Crush on Me. Ooh. I can smell this all day. Now, this is a patchouli and caramel fragrance. If you're not a fan of patchouli, please just stay away from this one. If you know you don't like patchouli, patchouli is a very prominent, pungent note. Sometimes it's not done well in other fragrances and it might throw you off, and sometimes, or most of the time, it's done very well in fragrances. And in the case of Crush on Me, it is done very, very well. It is very long lasting. Ah god, this is very, very long lasting. I usually wear this at the night time, of course, because it's a very strong fragrance, but then it also has this element of sweetness in there because it has caramel in here. I think it has a little bit of floral notes in the heart notes. Ultimately, the dominant notes are patchouli and caramel, and it is gorgeous. I believe that they complement each other very, very well. Very strong, huge projection, very long lasting. Also has a nice sillage as well. This one will definitely earn you compliments, and there's no time I've worn this one that people don't compliment me. There's no way I can't have Crush on Me in my collection at all. I think that Crush on Me is one fragrance that I will always own. It's a gorgeous fragrance. Now, the next one is Ombre Nomade from LV. Ombre Nomade is a very popular raspberry leathery fragrance. It has notes of birch, raspberry. It also has, I don't know if there's some floral notes in this one, but it's a very sexy fragrance. It has a huge sillage as well. It's like a very, very rich, luxurious fragrance. It's not so strong, but it's very present. Like, you smell very expensive. You smell like a billionaire. Like, you know, these people don't do too much. When you say soft life, quiet luxury, that is what Ombre Nomade gives me. It's very long lasting. It has a very nice scent trail that people would always want to smell you over and over again. It is a leather fragrance, but it's not your animalic leather. It's not your dirty leather. It's very smooth. Sorry, my eyes are killing me. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. I was saying that Ombre Nomade is such a stunning fragrance. I don't get beast mode when I wear this fragrance, but I get like a very nice, expensive, luxurious smell. I really love this one. This is Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton. This is Promise from Frederic Malle. It is so gorgeous. Now, this is a very, very unique and sophisticated rose fragrance. It is not the kind of fragrance that you find just anywhere. I believe this has cloves in here. It's a little bit spicy, it's a little bit floral, but then in the dry down, it has just a very, very nice blend. I don't know how to explain it. There's just something about this fragrance that's so unique, so different. It's a nice rosy fragrance, but then it has a lot of spices in there that complement it and gives it a very different vibe. I'm not also a huge fan of rose, but then when it's done properly and in a very sophisticated manner, trust me, I'm gonna be there. And that's what I get from Promise. I really like the fact that it is done properly. I think there's Turkish and Bulgarian rose in this one. I'm not really sure. I don't know if there's incense in here, because I get something of that vibe and nature in this fragrance, but I really like this one. This is Promise, and it always earns me compliments. It's not even your usual oud or tobacco fragrance. It's such a gorgeous perfume. I really love this one. This is Promise from Frederic Malle. Now, the last fragrance on my list here is from the house of Matière Première. You know, there's no way I can complete this video without Matière Première, because all their fragrances are hits. Like, there's no fragrance that does not make rounds. Like, a lot of people talk about this house, and this is Radical Rose. Again, the rose in Promise and the rose here, the way it is done, it has similar vibe, and I really like sophisticated rose fragrances. I don't like the very clean, the very soapy grandma kind of rosy scent. I like the ones that you know that, this is an expensive rose. This is not your typical rose, and I really love Radical Rose. It does it for me. It's very long lasting. It projects. It's very different, very sophisticated. Smells very expensive. There's also a little bit of sweetness in here. I can get something sweet. Oh my god. It smells so good. I would wear this to work. I would wear this during the daytime. I can also wear this at nighttime. I feel like it will perform very well anytime, any day. People will definitely smell you, but it's not very overpowering. It doesn't make people uncomfortable. It's very pleasing to the nose. It's not intoxicating. It's not so sweet as well. It's just the perfect balance. Radical Rose is just my perfect rose fragrance. Honestly, there's no other rose that I've smelled that smells like Radical Rose, and I highly recommend if you like rosy fragrance. I also have a video about my different types of rose fragrances, the rose fragrances that I really love. I'm going to leave it in the description box so that you guys can actually check it out. Yeah, so this brings us to the end of this video. All these fragrances here would definitely earn you compliments. There is no time I've worn them that I do not get any amount of compliments from these ones. Like, they are so stunning. They have great performance. I absolutely love these fragrances here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new to my channel, please do not leave without hitting the subscribe button, like this video, and of course share it with your friends and your loved ones. And I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye guys.